We've all heard oil called black gold, a symbol of immense wealth. But what about its dark side? For every story of a wildcatter striking it rich, there's a tale of deceit, a cautionary story about the scams that followed the gushers. Let's dive into the history of oil fraud. Back in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, the oil rush was on. The promise of striking it rich overnight created a frenzy. People poured their life savings into oil speculation, dreaming of instant fortunes. This gold rush mentality, however, was the perfect breeding ground for con artists. One of the most common scams was the fraudulent well. A swindler would buy a worthless piece of land, maybe even sprinkle some oil around to make it look promising, and then sell shares in a non-existent drilling operation. Investors would watch a derrick go up, hear the sounds of drilling, but it was all just for show. The con artist would collect the money and vanish, leaving behind nothing but a dry hole and shattered dreams. Another trick was salting a well, pouring oil into a dry well to fool potential buyers into thinking it was a producer. Then there were the shady promoters and stock manipulators. These weren't your average grifters. They were masters of hype. They'd print glossy brochures filled with fake geological reports and photos of gushing wells that weren't theirs. They'd list their companies on loosely regulated stock exchanges, artificially inflate the stock price through misleading promotions, and then sell off their shares before the inevitable crash, leaving investors with worthless paper. The real engine behind these scams wasn't just the crooks, it was the powerful lure of quick riches. People wanted to believe. They saw headlines about ordinary folks becoming millionaires, and their own greed blinded them to the red flags. The dream of trading a mundane life for one of luxury was just too tempting to resist. This era of oil scams left a deep mark in our culture, inspiring books and movies about the blend of ambition and corruption. It also led to tighter regulations and the creation of agencies like the SEC to protect investors. But has the game really changed? Think about modern get-rich-quick schemes, from crypto scams to green energy ventures. The technology is new, but the playbook is the same. Promise incredible returns, exploit people's hopes, and capitalize on the fear of missing out. So, the next time you hear about the next big thing, remember the lessons from the oil patch. The allure of black gold and the scams that come with it is truly timeless. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories from the crossroads of history and human nature.